Quasi here, and in this video, I want to share with you the mirror principle of reality, and really this vicious cycle that can either keep you stuck in a certain position for a very long time, or how you can manipulate this cycle to change your life in a very, very short span of time. I really want you to stick around to the very end of this video, because once I understood this, my life and my whole business accelerated very, very quickly. Okay, and otherwise, prior to this, I saw that I was stuck in this cycle, which kept me stuck in a very long time. But once I did figure it out, the growth happened very quick. Before I do begin this video, I want to quickly announce that a couple of spots have opened up for the free one-to-one consult with me and my team for the Reality Mastery program. Make sure you wait around till the end of the video for the announcement on that. And with that, let's get started. So in this video, I want to talk to you about the mirror cycle of reality and really what governs reality, okay? And why certain events keep happening in your life over and over again, and why you keep staying stuck in a certain cycle. Okay, this was something that took me a really long time to figure out in terms of trial and error. Okay, because I saw that every time I would do something, if my internal attitude didn't change, then the doingness, nothing would happen, right? It was just futile, just doing a different thing from the same state of being and the same perspective and attitude that I had, okay? So what I want you to understand is this whole reality is crafted as a mirror, okay? But it's a different kind of mirror. This mirror has a different quality to it. And what that quality is that this mirror will always reflect the attitude that you have towards it, okay? So this mirror will reflect the relationship that you have towards it, or the attitude that you have towards it. What do I mean by attitude? It's predominantly the thoughts and emotions that you have towards it, okay? So understand that how you perceive your reality, what relationship you have to your reality governs what you're experiencing in your life right now. So what I mean by this also is the general overarching theme that you have for your life. If you think life is cruel, then life is going to be cruel. If you think life is great, then life is going to be great. It's what attitude you live by in your unconscious every single day. Because every little belief, every little thought that you have all correspond to the overarching belief that you have for your life, okay? So remember that there's a huge overarching belief, and then there are sub-beliefs that come along with it that go on to different areas of your life. If you think life is great, then you're going to think everything goes my way. So for me, a big attitude shift that helped me move forward with life was everything is always going my way. So now naturally, the project for me was to confirm every single day that everything was going my way. But most people don't do that, okay? So I want to share with you the current mirror cycle for most, which keeps them stuck in this vicious cycle of poverty or unsuccessful with their businesses, not really able to take it off the ground, and really why some keep staying stuck, why some are able to move quickly forward, why the rich keep getting richer and the poor keep getting poorer, okay? So what you've got to understand is there's a 3-stage cycle, okay? How it begins for most is that we always begin in an observation mode of what we see around us. Okay? We look around us, we're observing, and we come in with a hypothesis based on what's happened in the past. Okay? Somewhere along the line, someone says, oh, life is so hard, and then we buy into that idea. Right? I remember I was in college at the time, and I would go into the dining hall, and I'd be like, oh, how's everything going? I'd talk to the gate man in the dining hall. I'd be like, oh, how are things going? And then he'd be like, oh, just hanging in there. Oh, just waiting for the week to end. So it was a general dissatisfaction with life. And then a little bit of it, as you remain unconscious, it starts to rub off onto you. Then you start to form that as your general overarching theme for life. Because you start to think that, oh, it's cool. I'll fit in if I say that. Okay, so when anyone else asked me, in my freshman year, how's life going? How's everything going? I'd be like, oh, just hanging in there. That was a default response because that's what I saw other people do, right? So you got to be, most they observe what's happening around them, and then they bring in those attitudes that they've developed as a result of unconsciously living. So you look around you, you look at your bank account, you look at yourself in the mirror, you're like, oh, I'm ugly. Oh, I don't have much money. You can look at a glass and think it's half full or half empty, right? So most people look at their bank accounts and they're like, oh, I can't pay my bills. I can't do this and I can't do that. So what happens first is the observation comes first. And now when you observe, Based on their observations, they form an attitude, okay? Stage 2 is when you form this attitude to your reality. And this is by your thoughts and emotions, right? So you observe something, you're like, okay, bank account is at $1,000. What attitude should I form about that? You could either form, I'm $1,000 rich, or you could either form, I'm $1,000 poor. But most unfortunately look at it as, oh shit, I can't pay my bills, I'm $1,000 poor. So now you've formed this attitude, okay? The mirror of reality has an image and a reflection, just like any mirror. The attitudes that you have, the thoughts and emotions that you have, form this image. So with this attitude in stage 2, you're crafting an image unconsciously, right? And when you do form this image, what happens is the mirror of reality says, oh, you're poor? Okay, here's more poverty for you, more bills for you. And then the mirror reflects this attitude. So now in your material reality, you start to see more and more proof of poverty, okay? So it'll start to show up as, oh, business not going well, you're stuck at a certain revenue, you start to look at what's not working and you form your attitude around that. And when mirror reflects that and you don't see the results, or you see a lack of results, then you observe the lack of results and then you form this attitude again. And you're like, oh shit, wow, look, I am poor. Oh, a year goes by, 5 years go by, 10 years go by, you're stuck in the same cycle and you look at other people getting massively successful and you understand, and you start to wonder why. You have 7 failed businesses, but that doesn't mean the 8th business can't succeed, okay? So this is where most people really get into the biggest pitfall, because they only look at the failures. Our hypothesis starts to become that of a failure hypothesis, okay? When you bring in this failure hypothesis, you start to look for proof of where you are a failure. It starts to cloud your observations. Now you are selectively looking for where things are going badly. Even when things happen that are good, you only look at what bad's happened. It's so crazy. Like, you could get a promotion, you could, make a lot more money this month, and all you could be thinking is, oh shit, but that's great. What if I don't make it the next month? Or what if I don't get the same amount of clients the next month? So this negative hypothesis starts to cloud each and every moment in your life. This is the failure cycle, where the observation comes first and then the forming attitude comes second. Now I want to share with you the success cycle. But before I get to that, I want to share with you the biggest pitfalls that keep people stuck in the failure cycle. The number one problem is that most draw state from without. Internally, most people draw state from without. What do I mean by that? How you feel right now is governed by what you're seeing outside of you. You are reactive. You are at the effect and not the cause. Okay? There's a great book about this called The Kabbalion, where they talk about ancient Hermetic principles, being at the cause versus being at the effect. When you're at the effect, you're naturally reactive to your surroundings, your environment, your conditioning. Okay? So now predominantly everything you see around you starts to affect how you feel. Oh no, we're in a global recession. Oh no, COVID era, my business is going to suck. Everything bad is going to happen. And that's exactly what starts to happen. The mirror starts to reflect that with a delay. My attitude was my business is going to succeed. I had the biggest month in my business, did 150K month. All as a result of the attitude that I had before I came in. What attitude did I bring into this? Even those temporary failures that happen, what attitude do you have towards that? That's what life will reflect. This is absolutely crucial to understand. The most successful people can manipulate their state to how they want it, to how they consciously want it. If you look at Jeff Bezos' biography, there's a great book about this called The Everything Store. He talks about, the author that writes about Jeff's life talks about how he doesn't get fazed by anything. His internal conviction is so strong, he's completely untouched. The shareholders could be pissed and the stock could have plummeted 80%, but he's not fazed at all because internally he's at a mission, okay? So this is what the most successful people can do. They know how to flip this cycle. They know that they've got to draw state from within, not without, okay? And the biggest pitfall I saw for myself in my business was when I started to really do a little bit well in my business. I saw I would have like a 5K month in my business and then it would go up to 8K the next month. But all I could focus on was how I didn't make the 20K month this month. I was getting frustrated about how I didn't get the extra 3 clients. Oh, if I got those extra 3 clients, I would have hit my 20K month. So I was focusing on what was missing, and I was forming my attitude of shit, this sucks. Even though instead of being grateful for the 8K month, I would be like, shit, I didn't achieve this and I didn't achieve that. Look at the number of clients I didn't get, okay? And that's what would start to reflect. The mirror would be like, oh, okay, well, you don't get clients, you didn't get the 3 clients, you're not worthy of the 20K month, great, there you go, more stuck. So this is how I kept myself stuck through the own attitudes that I formed. And that was because of living unconsciously and letting my thoughts and my emotions run amok unconsciously based on what it's been accustomed to in the environment. So now I want to share with you the success cycle. I really want you to pay attention to the very end of this video because this is going to completely change your life, okay? So the success cycle and the solution is to draw state from within. This is what we call organic state generation, okay? You can generate your state inorganically by depending on your external environment, right? So you have an internal world and you have an external world. Most let the negative outcome influence their internal. Things are going bad, they use that to influence it. But what you can do is when things are going well, you can use that to fuel you up into greater heights. This is what took me so quickly from the 20K to the 80K to 150K months in my business, okay? So you can use your internal. The internal will always influence the external, okay? But you can use the external to influence the internal. What do I mean by that? Well, think about it this way. If I feel good, the mirror will naturally reflect that good feeling by giving me the material equivalent of it, the reflection, if you will, okay? But if I start to feel bad, then the mirror will reflect that. But I can also use the proof of me feeling good. I can look back at my past and my reference experience and say, look, good things have happened for me in the past. And I can use that to feel good, right? Now I'm using the external to fuel my internal. But what most people do is they look at what's bad has happened in the past and they use that to influence their internal. That's the biggest pitfall. You don't want to do that. Okay, so this brings me to the solution cycle, how to actually use it to become successful. And number 1, you got to flip this cycle. The simple thing to do is just to flip this cycle. What you do is you form the attitude. Number 1, form the attitude that you have. Life is great. My business is going great. I am getting clients. People are coming in. Where are things going great? Oh, look, my YouTube video got 5,000 views. I'm not looking at the 5,000 views it didn't get. Okay, maybe I wanted 10,000, but it did get 5,000. That's awesome. Form good attitude. When you form an attitude and you craft the image, the mirror will naturally reflect it. Okay, this is just a law. The reflection occurs. But the thing is, and this is one of the keys, is that the reflection occurs with a delay. So most people, when they don't get that instant gratification, they start to say, shit, it's not working. And they start to get frustrated, right? But don't worry, the mirror will reflect it anyways. And number 3, now you gotta, instead of observing, you gotta confirm the reflection, okay? This is key. This is where the consolidation phase happens. You form the attitude, life is great, my business is great, everything is going well. The mirror will naturally reflect it. Now you gotta look for proof. You gotta consciously look in your environment where things are going well. Oh, look at that comment on my video. Things are going well. Oh, look, a client expressed interest. Oh, look, someone scheduled a consult. Oh, look, things are going well. You use that now to feed your internal world, and then this compounds on itself. This can literally take you to riding the wave of fortune instead of the wave of misfortune, okay? This is how you consciously become a master of your reality. This was very, very important for me to learn, okay? You form the attitude first. You don't have to worry about the reflection. The mirror will naturally form it. But you also got to consciously look for confirmation. Because now the point is to change that hypothesis. Because your mind will still go for the frustration of where it's not working. Right? If you've been stuck in a poverty cycle of your business not working, your mind will be like, shit, where's it going wrong? Where's it going wrong? Instead of, where's it going right? Where's it going right? Right? That's why in the Reality Mastery program, we make people do the confirmed becoming hashtag. So we notice what's working and we start to reward what's working. Once you give your life a reward of what's working, it will shower you in more rewards. Okay? Reality doesn't care about the attitude you have. It doesn't care. If you have a negative attitude, it'll give you more things to be negative about. If you have a positive attitude, it'll give you more things to be positive about. It's simply like that. It doesn't care about the nature. It just cares about the content. Whatever you focus on, you will get more of. If you focus on the lack, you'll get more of lack. If you focus on the abundance, you'll get more of abundance. So why not just focus on abundance? It's as simple as that. So when I started to really focus on the clients, the big key for me was learning to focus on the clients that I did have. I started to see I would focus on the clients that I didn't get this month, but I started to focus on the successful clients that I did have this month. And what happened was I started to attract more and more of those kinds of clients in my program, right? I started to attract the right kinds of people into the program. And this would build up into a better cycle of people just getting crazier results out of the program because I'm attracting the right clients and I'm excited to work with these clients. And because I'm excited to work with them, my enthusiasm would transfer onto them and they would get results from them. So this is the wave of fortune that you start to ride. But you can easily fall off that the moment your mind goes to the doubt and you start feeding those doubts. Okay? So with that, I conclude this video. But before I conclude, I want to share with you the 2 keys to help you really understand this. Key number 1 is also understanding that reality reflects this with a delay. So how the mirror of reality works is you raise up your hand, it will raise up its hand in the reflection, but with a delay. If you make an intention, you form an attitude now, it's going to show up based on the delay. Okay? And the delay is based around the complexity of the goal. If you have a goal of 1,000 million billion and the lifeline is really far away, the intention that'll move you towards that goal is kind of far away. It'll take a little bit longer. Okay? So reality reflects with a delay. And key number 2 is understanding that you can use confirmations to fuel the positivity, or you can use the confirmations to fuel the negative hypothesis. So which hypothesis are you going to pick? At first, it's going to be a little bit difficult and you're going to need to consciously do it. Consciously feel the positive, but over time, it's going to become your natural. So confirm. Confirm positive. That's it. And with that, I conclude this video. So before we conclude this video, I want to recap for you what we talked about in this, okay? Essentially, we talked about the mirror cycle of reality and what governs reality, okay? And understanding why some people keep staying stuck in this failure cycle and why some people just keep riding the wave of fortune, why the poor keep getting poorer and the rich keep getting richer. And why that is because we always start off with the observation at first. We observe our reality and then based on that, we form a hypothesis. We're like, okay, I'm seeing $1,000 in my bank account. I'm $1,000 poor. And then that starts to reflect in your mirror because you start to look at the bills around you as well. And you're like, yes, I must be poor, right? Because rich people are doing this and doing that. So our environment starts to form a hypothesis as well. Talking to the cafeteria guy and him saying, life sucks, starts to transfer onto you and your life sucks. So you're like, life must suck. So life is hard. Mirror reflects that. Life is hard? Great, life is hard. Here you go, more hardship. So this is how people keep staying stuck because we come in with a hypothesis and our observations confirm that hypothesis, okay? We confirm the negative hypothesis, not the positive one. That's the biggest problem. And also understand that successful people know how to draw state from within rather than without. Unsuccessful people draw state from without. They become reactive to their realities. Unsuccessful traders become reactive to their markets. Okay, unsuccessful businessmen become reactive to the climate. Okay, if you want to be successful, you've got to be proactive and draw state from within. Okay, so the solution cycle is forming the attitude first. You consciously take the responsibility to form the attitude first. What do you want for your life? Tell yourself what you want. Form the attitude. Okay, my business is going great. Then the reflection will naturally show. Even if you don't believe it right now, the reflection will show. A little bit of it will show. But now it's time for you to fuel that reflection up. Strengthen this attitude by the confirmations, okay? You look around you, you're like, okay, where is proof? Where is proof that business is going well? Look, I'm at 70K this month. Look, the client showed interest. Look, YouTube video got 5,000 views. Where is proof that it's happening for you? Whether it be in your drop shipping business, whether it be in your affiliate marketing business, whether it be in your stock trading, whatever it is, where is life going your way? Show yourself that life is going your way. And in that way, you're going to strengthen this attitude. The stronger this attitude gets, the more powerful the reflection gets. Okay? And the two keys to remember are, reality will always reflect this. This is just a natural law. But the reflection will come with a delay. Okay? And click up here to check that out. I talk more about the secret delay time before it actually happens. And number two, understand that you've got to confirm the positive hypothesis at first, because maybe up until now you've been so accustomed to looking at the negative hypothesis, this is formed in the forefront of your mind. Your focal point is on that. We got to help you shift that. Okay? So with that, I conclude this video. Thank you so much for watching. I sincerely hope this was helpful. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that little bell there so you're notified of any new video that I put out. And as I mentioned before, I'm excited to announce that a couple of spots have opened up for the free one-to-one consult with me and my team for the Reality Mastery Program. Make sure you click on the link in the description below to sign up for that. Now, who we work with are as follows. First of all, we work with professionals who are either looking to take their careers to the next level or they're looking to transition out into entrepreneurship. But what they're seeing is that they have all the business models, tactics, strategies, tools on paper with how much they've invested in that. They should be successful, but nothing's sticking. It's not an external problem. Right? It's an internal problem that's preventing it from stick. If that sounds like you, click on the link to sign up. We also work with entrepreneurs, people who are coaches, people who have dropshipping businesses, Amazon FBA businesses, all sorts of other businesses. They want to take it to the next level. But what they're finding is that they have all the coaches, all the tactics, tools, strategies, masterminds. With how much they've invested in themselves, they should be making much more money. But again, something internal, an internal ceiling is keeping them stuck here. If that sounds like you, click on the link in the description below to sign up. I'm looking forward to speaking with you to see how we can help. And the free Facebook group is also open for you to take advantage of. The link for that is in the description. Thanks for watching. Till next time. Peace.